Hello everybody, this is Filmbusters here, and today I'm with my good friend Victor, also known as Click to Revive. Today we're going to be talking about the movie Hoot.
May I help you?
You must be Leonard.
Ray's Sports Almanac.
Clever girl. Smile, you son of a...
So, Hoot the movie. This is starring Luke Wilson, Logan Lerman, Bry Larson, and Cody Lindley. It is about 3 kids trying to stop construction on an owl's nest. This movie is based on the book Hoot by Carl Hyacin, which I have read, and I did enjoy the book. The movie, on the other hand... So the basic plot of this movie is that this company that runs pancake houses wants to build a pancake house on some land where some burrowing owls are burrowing, and these 3 kids want to stop them. So the main character, Roy Eberhart, just moved back from Montana to Florida, and he's being bullied by this one kid named Dana Matherson. And Roy finds this other kid, later to be revealed to be called Mullet Fingers.
Take a peek.
Who lives in a junkyard, and he tries to stop them to build the construction.
And right here, you start to think about the movie.
The movie starts off very fast, and I actually remember from last year we watched it in school, and I remember a few days before I looked into the class and I was watching it, and like we were all like, whoa, it started really early. So, yeah, and it just, right away, in like the first 30 seconds, Roy starts getting beaten up from like the time he's on his horse till he gets on his airplane. And then Roy, in one scene, accidentally bumps into this girl, and she just goes psycho.
You nearly knocked me over yesterday. Why were you running?
I think it's because I just broke the nose of the meanest kid in school.
Tell the truth.
Ow.
Yeah, I don't really think he almost knocked you over. I think he might have bumped into your shoulder like maybe a normal person would do. And I think this movie has so many weird things going on, it makes you question its existence. Like, in one scene, this girl just breaks into Roy's room and sleeps on his floor during the nighttime. And nobody that lives there gives a crap. They don't hear them talking in his room, or footsteps walking around, or a freaking person sleeping under his bed for 2 hours. She broke into their house when they were gone. And he also says, oh, you know, we'll be fine unless my parents come in here and then we're both toast. But you hit her right in front of your bed, not even next, like on the other side where they can't see if you just look in the door. Right there. I don't get it.
Aside from the obvious logical qualms of some plot points, one example of which Joseph already pointed out, Hoot almost feels like it was made in a factory. The lighting makes it look like they're on a film set at all times, and the acting is completely canned. I mean, I didn't really expect great acting coming from a film where the main characters are children, but the characters are played by adults performed just as poorly.
And don't even get me started on this music.
Oh god, the music. Wait, don't play it. No.
I mean, I guess some of the songs are okay, like the one where they're hiking in or boating in the Everglades, and then the one at the very end, the end credits. But the other music is complete garbage. And the director is obsessed with fadeaways. Like, literally, in every scene, you fade out to black and then to the next one.
This movie was produced on a minuscule budget of $15 million, but that's not an excuse as to why it's so bad. A Nightmare on Elm Street's budget was only a fraction of Hoot's, but the people behind it were actually talented.
And apparently nobody even gets sued or arrested for attempting murder, reckless endangerment, being held hostage, truancy, trespassing, criminal impersonation, and vandalism. But Dana, the bully, is the only one that gets punished for anything.
I don't even think this book deserved a film adaptation to begin with. The plot is far too simple.
If anything, they should make Flush the movie, which is another good book by Carl Hyacin. Actually, you know, they shouldn't make that movie because it would probably make it worse than this. And at times, you kind of feel bad for the bully kid. He gets framed and apparently isn't set free. He's sent to military school. The only thing I could think of that I would like about this movie is the moral of the story. story and maybe some of the comedy.
At the end of the day, there are two things this movie is severely lacking of. Number one is palpability and the emotions exuded by the actors. The characters were unrealistically dull and vapid. There's hardly anything a real person could connect to the experiences in the movie. The director, Will Schreiner, has never made a good film, unless you're a big fan of Peggy Sue Got Married. So it's not hard to imagine the direction was pretty poor. And secondly, the development in the characters. By the end of the film, the conflict is resolved, the story's tied up in a neat bow tie with no questions to be asked, and the characters didn't have a change of heart or show any sign of development. They were completely static throughout the entirety of the feature. The only dynamic characters were the owls, maybe. Basically, it was hard to get satisfaction out of conclusion to this movie, because the only important difference by the end of the film is that Roy likes Florida now.
The characters' relationships and feelings are so dry, and at times I feel like the actors are reading the script right in front of them. The only character that I can think of that was a little good at his role was Officer Delinko. At times he is really funny, and he is definitely my favorite character.
You might be thinking we're being too harsh on a movie that was generally intended to entertain very young audiences, but if you're going to say that, then you have to apply the same logic to movies like Food Fight.
You must be Leonard.
Food Fight was unbearable, and I think Joe might actually do a review on it in the future, so you might want to stay tuned for that.
I'm going to give this movie a C-. It is a bad movie for sure, but I think it's maybe watchable if you don't mind all of the logical errors and horrible acting. Thank you for watching, everybody. This is my second review on this channel, and I hope you all enjoy it. Please click to revive. You can click in top right or top left corner to watch his videos, and you can click on top left or top right corner to watch my other channel, JLD Kids. But it is the end of the review, and I will see you guys all later. It's my next review. Any requests for movies I should review, just post them in the comments. Goodbye.
See you later.
Good guys win every once in a while. Full-grown men get to learn from a child. Now and then, just when you think it won't happen again, the good guys win. You start to want